T here, back with the Tea Time Tuesday vid. Yeah, I know you all are having a beautiful, blessed day because you're tea timers. It's absolutely what we do. Our affirmation of the day is I am a master at manifestation. We're masters at manifestation. We say something, it happens, it's just the way it goes. Which jumps into my video today. I wanted to talk about belief in manifestation itself. I don't really care for the word manifestation anymore because it's been so oversaturated in this community. I prefer to just say your lifestyle or your conviction or whatever you want to call it. I have to think of a creative word for manifestation because it's just what we do. I feel like when people say manifestation to each other, it makes it woo-woo and it makes it sound like a hope and a dream, where manifestation is just part of everyday life. It's like breathing air. We just do it whether we like it or not. Anyways, the point of what I was trying to say is I wanted to talk about your belief in the actual act of manifestation itself. I think a lot of times when we jump into this community, it's very focus driven on one particular thing, which I'm going to go out on a limb here and say majority of it is on an SP. For those of you who don't know what an SP is, it's a specific person, special person, romantic interest. I'm going to say romantic because it can be friendship and otherwise, but the majority of the correspondence I hear is about romantic interest. So typical journey is we broke up, they ghosted, their situationship, whatever. You jump online looking for videos on how to get them back. You go through the traditional dating advice, and then you happenstance on a video about manifestation, and you see in the comments, oh, my SP texted me this and that, and you're like, great, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to get results. You might fail a couple times in the 3D. They might not show up for you. You start spiraling into watching more videos, more coaches, confusing yourself more and more. I did this journey. That's why I know so much about it. And then, alas, you get the text or the call or whatever, but they're showing up all wrecked. They're showing up a version of them that's maybe even worse than the first version you had. And then you're like, this crap doesn't work. I got the version of them that I don't even want to see. So what's the point of getting that text? They're showing up as an a-hole. Why do I even want to bother with them? And then you start learning more about et cetera, et cetera. You go through the journey. What I'm trying to say to you is that a lot of us didn't get the pit stop where we actually learned about the process itself and what it is, how it works, etc. So we're jumping from a certain predominant manifestation into the growth journey of learning how manifestation works. And for some of us, it might just be hopping from one desire to the next, looking for success stories, looking for what they did, copying what they did, and then keep it going and keep it moving until we finally get to the realization that it's not as hard as we made it be originally because we stepped into confusion from the beginning. The process of manifestation is something that we do every single day of our lives, 24/7. We've been doing it since a child. The way our brain works, according to what we have up until this point, I think science will blow open more aspects of it and the spiritual community, but what we know up until this point is our subconscious mind is the one that people call the imagination, is where things we can create and do the dynamic things we see all around us, where our conscious mind is the logical mind. It's the brain where you have the to-do lists, you have all the logical things that make sense to us, and they're both in our brains. The conscious mind is more awake during the day, from what I understand in scientific terms, where the subconscious goes wild at night because the subconscious is how you get to work, and you don't remember how you got to work because your subconscious has memorized that route to work. So you don't have, it's an autopilot. So you don't have to, it's the programming of our brain. So you don't have to think about certain things. They just happen for you. Our brain is very, very complex. It's very, very high functioning. So it will photocopy and make programs based on your behaviors that repeat over and over again. When you are manifesting, you are trying to imprint your subconscious mind with a different program than what it has been currently focused on. What I originally thought when I first started manifesting is you have to totally reprogram your whole mind. What I'm learning more and more through manifesting and advancing in this process is that we have to change our focus, is more the game. You change your focus onto end results and things that you want to see happening as opposed to don't want to see happening, which makes a lot of sense because anytime I think back to things that have become successfully into my reality as opposed to what everybody else was telling me, is I decided that that was happening, and it didn't matter what anybody else said. I had already decided that that's the way it was going to go, and it did. So my focus was on the fact that it was a decision that would already take place, and it happened because I had decided it was, and I wasn't open for any other suggestions. I think, in my opinion, this is the easiest way to manifest, is to focus your attention on the things you want as opposed to the things that you don't want. A lot of people believe in reprogramming, and I'm learning that reprogramming is, again, a manifestation. If you've trained your brain that you have to reprogram your current state to be the state that you want it to be and to be the person whom you want it to be, then that will be the program that runs, that you need to reprogram your states so that they correspond with the states or the identities of the people you want to be. I'm not trying to get too complex here for people who are just starting the journey. What I'm trying to say is that we live in a multiverse. What that means is there are multiple realities going on at the same time. Right now, there's a reality where I'm not talking to you in this camera, where I am living my best life with my SP in the Caribbean, where I'm a doctor in this hospital, where I am a mailman delivering mail to somebody's door, where I am, and so on and so forth. So if I want to be a mailman tomorrow, I'm choosing the reality where I am a mailman. I am directing my thoughts towards the fact I am a mailman. I am telling everybody and their uncle that I am a mailman. Even if I have no qualifications to be a mailman, I am deciding that I am a mailman. And then the more conviction you have with your new shifted focus, the more your subconscious will rearrange your reality to match what it is that you're predominantly focusing on through what I like to call, what am I talking about? Through what is called the reticular activation system. Your RAS is the apparatus within your mind that filters out what is necessary and unnecessary to your survival. Your RAS will, for example, if you're looking for a new car, the color green will filter out all cars that aren't green and will show you green cars when you're driving down the street. You'll say, that's a coincidence. I was just trying to buy a new car. But your reticular activation system is showing you green cars because you have decided that that is where your focus lies. Your RAS is very smart, and it knows where you put your predominant focus. So if your reality is consistently focusing on certain things, that's where your attention and focus has been. Our brain is highly sophisticated. It is very smart. It watches our behavior. So when you are doing certain things, remember your brain is watching you and keeping track of where you put your focus. If your focus is predominantly on things not working out for you, the lack of something, your world will mirror the lack of said thing. If you are setting up rules in your reality that don't work for you, like everything is always not working out in my favor, I'm a broke bee, I never get what I want, Sally Jane across the street gets what she wants, your reality will show you more of that said thing because that's where your brain knows your focus and attention lies. If you are focusing on everything working out for you, things always go in your favor, your life is perfect, magical, and easy, everything in your life is perfect, you will see that your life will start to mirror that focal point. It will start to show you that everything in your life is perfect. Things will serendipitously work out for you. Things that could have went the wrong way go the right way, and so on and so forth. People around you will call it a coincidence, but you will know internally you have been focusing your attention on the perfection and the easiness of your life. When you all are saying your affirmations, doing your visuals, and you're saying, oh, I'm imagining it, and my 3D is showing me otherwise, that's because you might be imagining things up here, but the predominant focus of your day is focused on where is it? Why is it not working? Where's my stuff? How come my 3D isn't showing it? What am I doing wrong? Let's search for another video. Let's find more information on what I'm doing wrong. Let's focus more attention on what I'm doing wrong. Let's focus on other people who are doing things right. Let's focus on how I can copy them to make things right. This is what will replicate in your 3D reality. Therefore, the antidote to all of this is watch what's going on around you, use it as information as opposed to a punishment for what you've done wrong. There's no punishment. You're perfect the way you are. You just need to look outside of you and see what the mirror is reflecting. If you looked in your mirror before you went to work in the morning and you had mascara all the way up your side of your face, or you had food covering your face, would you smash the mirror and leave the food on your face and hope the face would change for you? Or would you wipe the stuff off your face, look back in the mirror, and realize that you had stuff on your face previously? Well, obviously the answer is you would wipe it off your face. It's the same thing we're doing when we're looking at the 3D, reacting to the 3D. cursing out the 3D. The 3D doesn't care what it's showing you. It's just reflecting what you have been predominantly focusing on. The 3D also is an after effect of what you've been doing up here. So instead of torturing yourself over the 3D, look at what your focus and attention has been on and shift your focus and attention in your mind to reflect the new focus and attention in your 3D. You feel me? That's why I always call it the manifestation loop of hell, because if we're constantly looking outside of us at the 3D, reacting to it, spiraling ourselves back to the place we were before, we're going to constantly be in this loop of hell within our 3D versus our 4D, our 3D versus our 4D. React, recreate, react, recreate. We want to create information neutral, create information neutral, refocus, create information neutral. If y'all have questions, y'all know what to do. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for the 1,800 followers I have. I remember when I started at 0 followers, I was doing this channel as a fun channel, as a joke channel, until my best friend told me, you have so much information to give on manifestation, how your brain works, etc. And I shared it. People liked it, and they're coming back and looking to me for that information. So I appreciate all y'all. I love y'all, but not as much as y'all should be loving yourselves. Have a beautiful, blessed Tuesday. Bye.